Hey guys, this is Negineko Tokyo, or maybe I could say Negineko New York at this point. A quick update, a year ago, I quit my Japanese company and then I moved to New York and I've been living here for around a year now. There were so many times that I actually wanted to share my story with you, share the experience with you guys, but I couldn't because I wasn't streaming. So here we are. I want to share what I feel and I just do a vlog in general and share my life updates with you guys. Today, I want to share you 5 different things that I was so shocked in America. And I was like, wow, I wouldn't experience that in Japan. The first thing is tips. The tips here are so expensive. One of the things I was actually really surprised was when I went to a cafe and then I ordered a hot tea. And they just gave me a cup, like an empty cup, and told me, okay, go get the hot water there, like behind the counter, and pour yourself a tea. You could get any tea bag from there. And then I was like, oh, okay. And they show me the bill, right, on the screen. It also asked me for a tip, but I'm like, but I'm gonna service myself. Why do I have to pay the tip? But because that was my first time buying something that I had to do it myself, I was like, I guess 5% tip. And I paid the tip, but eventually when I talked with my friends and such, they were like, oh, you don't have to pay the tip if that's the case. So yeah, that was one thing that I was surprised. In Japan, when you order things, even if it's like a self-service or even if they bring product to you, they bring the food to you, the drink to you, you don't have to pay any tips. So that's something I still gotta get used to. And they're quite expensive. After talking with a bunch of people around in New York, everybody's like, yeah, tipping is getting out of hand. What do you guys think? And the second episode that I have that I was so surprised and it would not happen in Japan is when I was using the restroom. So I was in a big outlet mall and I was using the restroom, and the toilets in America, their door is like so high that you could see everybody's like knee and below. So you could see if it's full or if it's occupied or not by looking at their feet. If there's feet, then that means it's used, right? So I was looking through all the feet and then I'm like, okay, it's full, it's full, it's full. And I'm like, what? Because one of the doors, I thought I'd expect to see a feet, but not only the feet, I saw a leather jacket on the floor in this not so clean restroom. And for me, a restroom is a place where you do your thing, and then sometimes, you know, that floor around the restroom, not so clean. You wouldn't really want to have your jeans kind of touch the floor when you put down your pants too. So I'm like, why do you have your leather jacket on the floor? And that was like so shocking to me to see that there are some people in America that are okay with having their jacket that you're gonna wear right after on the floor. Another thing that I was so surprised is also in the restroom. I do get shocked a lot in the restroom in America. I was using the restroom just normally, right? And then I heard a person probably on the phone being like, yeah, I'll do that. Coming into the restroom while I was flushing the toilet. And I was like, is that person calling someone in the toilet? I heard that person actually go into one of the rooms, toilet, and then shut it, and then, you know, do her thing. but I still hear her talking on the phone. I thought she would by then be like, okay, I'm in the restroom, I gotta go, bye. But she was still talking. Do you know how the other person would think like? I don't know, maybe it's just me being Japanese, but in Japan, I would kind of judge people. Because in Japan, that sound of whatever you're doing in the restroom is something to be private of. We even have this thing called otohime, which actually is the sound of a stream in the river, and you actually turn that on while you're doing your thing so other people can't hear what you're doing. So for me, having a cell phone and calling someone while you're doing, and there's no like stream of the sound of the river flowing right next to you, it just makes me feel like more vulnerable. So that was shocking. Okay, and this is another side topic related to the toilet because I just remembered. This was also shocking. I had to use the restroom, so I went in. They had multiple booths. When you're using the restroom, you don't really hear people talking unless you're friends and you're just kind of waiting until it's your turn, right? But here, there were multiple restroom stalls, and the one on the very right, and skip like two, and then there's another one. They were used, but it seems like they were friends or something, and they were probably watching the same video together. So I heard the sound of the video playing in two different stalls. And then one of them goes, "Hey, did you just watch this, blah, 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 blah?" And the other person's like, "Yeah, I did. It was pretty cool." And then the other person's like, "Hey, are you almost done?" And the other person's like, I kind of need a little bit more time. And it's happening over 3 vacant stalls. And I'm like, you guys have a conversation in the restroom? Is this normal in America? Or did I just see a very special case even in America? Yeah, because in Japan, this wouldn't happen too. And the last episode that I have for you guys is that there's not much recycling going on in America. Where I live in New York, you throw everything into the same trash can and they pick it up and bring it away for us. So from burnables, non-burnables, plastics, even glass bottles, and even like electronic devices and such, they go all into the same bin, right? And for me, in Japan, we separate every single thing. Like if you have a pet bottle, like a water bottle with the label on, you rip off the label, you put that label into the plastic bin, and the inside of the plastic bottle, it goes into the pet bottle bin. And then the cap, I think it's non-burnable. No, that's plastic. So that also goes into the plastic bin. Also, when you buy food in the supermarket, they come in like a plastic packaging with some paper and then some food on the top. In that case, you take off the wrap, that goes into the plastic. You take off that paper, it goes into burnable. The leftover food also goes into the burnable. And that plate goes into the plastic, or in some cases, it goes into another bin. So in Japan, every single thing gets divided, even from one product. You have to get rid of so many things, and it's such a hassle. But here, I know it's bad for the earth, but throwing everything in one trash can makes it easier for me to clean because I'm very lazy. But it still hurts my heart when I'm throwing away glass bottles and electronic things and cardboard boxes all into the same bin because it feels kind of wrong.